Good afternoon, everybody. Today in this session, we shall discuss another interesting topic related to history of English language, that is general characteristics of English language. This session will focus on various characteristics of English language that made English famous in the world, what we call today global language, or what we call world language. So today we use the word English as a global lingua franca, one of the major languages of global communication, because whenever we are talking about global communication, we speak about English as one of the best alternatives, where it's a global lingua franca. Lingua franca means wherever there is an absence of a common language, if a language works for both the languages. Say, for example, if India and Japan want to communicate themselves, so the common language can be English, okay? Because Japanese don't know Hindi, or Kannada, or Indians don't know Japanese. In that case, it works as a global lingua franca. So it's now regarded as a word language. Word language, there are certain characteristics, of course. Whenever we are talking about word language, we are talking about widely spoken language in the world, not most spoken language. Most spoken language always remains Mandarin, that is Chinese. But widely spoken language, whenever we are talking about widely spoken languages, in that case, widely spoken language is English only. So it is not an ancient language like Sanskrit, Prakrit, Greek, or Latin. I discussed this point in the last session. It's not an ancient language or a classical language. What we speak about Kannada, Telugu, Tamil today, they have a history of 2,000 years, 3,000 years, sometimes 5,000 years. But English has a little history, which we have discussed about Old English period, Middle English period, roughly started in 4th or 5th century. And if that is the case, it is only the question of some 1,500 years of history. Yet it grew into one of the leading languages in the world. What are the reasons? What made English popular? It's necessary to understand what made English a popular language, or what we call a global lingua franca. Let's discuss these aspects now. General characteristics of English language. Number one is extraordinary receptiveness and adaptable heterogeneousness. Yes, extraordinary receptiveness and adaptable heterogeneousness. What is this extraordinary receptiveness? Receptive means grahike. How it takes other languages into its fold. And heterogeneity. Heterogeneity means it is not just the question of monocentric, or what you call the language that is one-sided. It is heterogeneous. So The language is known for variety of words taken from all languages and all corners of the world. It has borrowed. English is not a pure language. This borrowing in English is easy and flexible. They are not untouchable. Foreign words are not untouchable in English. This is what we call a kind of language shield, or a kind of chastity that some languages maintain, that we should not take words from other languages. This should not be the case. English takes words from all languages. I have quoted. Sometimes if khaki is a word used again and again in India, they insert the word khaki in English dictionary. Next year it is in Oxford English Dictionary. If they use the word lathi continuously, lathi becomes English word. They use it in journalism, they use it in variety of discussions, and it takes place, it gets a place in English dictionary, whether it is Hindi word, French word, Greek word, whatever. They take words if it is useful to maximum people. That's what you call the flexibility of English. Some languages do not maintain this flexibility. One of the problems with Kannada is also the same, that we hardly take languages or words from foreign or other languages. Otherwise, language do not become rich. You have to, if the language has to become rich, you have to improve it by continuous use or continuous, upgradation as and when necessary. English was considered pure when Anglo-Saxons first conquered England in 5th and 6th century. I was talking about this. During the Old English period, English was pure. But now, English is not a pure language. It is heterogeneous. Middle English, I told you, French influence began. Modern English, Greek, Latin, all types of words. It made new words from various compounds. Later, it began to receive all kinds of foreign elements with ease, and throughout its history, you can see English has borrowed words from all languages in the world. That is first characteristic. Second one, simplicity of inflection. Inflection is one of the characteristics of Dravidian languages, what we call Indian languages. Inflections means vibhakti. You see, we are talking about 8 vibhakti in Kannada. Okay, 8 forms of words. Hanamanta, Hanamantana, Hanamantanannu, Hanumantanigagi, Ge, Ge, Akke. We are talking about Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi. This vibhakti, this normally, this is what we call inflections. If there are inflections, words become difficult actually. It becomes difficult for foreigners to learn. If the word stone has 8 forms, earlier it was full of inflections. English was full of inflections in old English. Stone, stona, stones, hingella bartittu. ಈಗ stone means stone, stones. Girl, girls. Girl, girlge, girlgagi, nothing. Okay. I hope you understand this point. Girl, girls. Ekvachana, bahuvachana. Singular, plural. Girling, girlada. Inganilla nammalli. There is no. To girl, for girl, of girl, you are using prepositions in place of inflection. That's the beauty of English language. So in that way, English has cut down inflections from time to time. Look at the example, word right. Okay, variations are only four. Right, writes. Whenever you are using third person singular, writes, writing, writer, written. Maximum, no, the word is, the shapes of the words are clear. Even Chinese have cut down many inflections. They have reduced a lot of inflections. It is said that it looks like series of fixed monosyllabic words. They are fast in that way. Inflections are cut down. So inflections means if there are more inflections, there is a difficulty in grammar. You know, when we use it in Kannada, you know, Hodanu, Bandanu, Hoguttane, Hoguttiruttane, we are using a lot of case endings. This is called case endings, which we don't find in English. It is good actually. Third one, clarity of sounds. Each and every sound in English is clearly defined. We discussed in phonetics, 20 vowels, 12 pure vowels, 8 diphthongs, 24 consonants. We know what is ka, how ka is velar sound. Pa is bilabial, plosive, voiceless. Bha, bilabial, plosive, voiced. We know da, tha, dental sound, da, like this. Each and every sound is clearly defined in English. The voiced and voiceless sounds stand over against each other in neat symmetrical order. The slurring of the sound like ra, pua, shua, and totandist bitrei. The exceptions are this, but all are clearly pronounced. So they are comparatively independent. The clarity is very, very important. Clarity added male energy to the language. Okay, we pronounce each and every word clearly. So sounds are very masculine. That's why when we are speaking in English, you speak as if you are speaking like, you know, masculine tone or a very hard one. Come to that point later. The fourth characteristic of English language is English is economical as befits the language of men. Of course, I'm not going to elaborate much about gender-based discrimination here. I just want to say men means masculine means not in that way. I'm just telling you hard whenever we are talking about masculine here. Very strong, or what you call stressed. English is called stress-timed language. So when you speak in English, you speak as if you are speaking not softly, sing-song way. You speak with a particular emphasis, stress. There is brevity, terseness, you know, conciseness, brevity. Okay, thank you. You say thank you. Bye. Say bye. You don't say bye. Thank you. Good morning. Like this, there is brevity, and with the minimum words, maximum information is given. Even instead of saying thank you very much, say thanks. instead of, there are certain short expressions. First come, first served. This acts like a sentence. No work, no pay. No pain, no gain. No cure, no pay. So there are shorter expressions in English. That's why this language is comparatively very, very strong, brief, and masculine. So for this language is important. Relatively fixed word order is another characteristic of this language. Fixed word order. A word has to be fixed properly. We are now talking about grammar. Yes, we, wo, subject, verb, object. I eat banana. Ravi reads a book. Where noun should be placed, where verb should be placed, where object should be placed, there is a fixed word order in English. A business-like, virile quality in word order, which is characterized by great consistency and orderliness. There is clearly defined grammar rules in English. That's why English is easily learned by others. It's rather easy to learn English than any other foreign language. So in that way, it is known for its fixed word order. Dr. Johnson, in his dictionary, he fixed the words. A lot of people worked for this, even while talking about compilation of Oxford English Dictionary. Thousands of people worked, BBC worked on this. British Council worked on this. So naturally, English is known for its simple and fixed word order. The last characteristic of this particular language is its rich and varied vocabulary. Many of us are now talking about the rich vocabulary. The richness of the language is seen in its vocabulary, Shabda Kosha. Its capacity to use words for each and every expression. If there is any material, there must be some English word for that. Whatever, whether it is Indian material, Chinese material, Japanese material, or African material, they find a word. Say, for example, in Kannada, you have holige. They find a word for that. They don't want to miss this particular word. Shamige, if it is available only in either they use the word shamige directly in English, or they find some alternative for that. Moreover, you know that English has borrowed words from all languages in the world. This borrowing started heavily in 11th century with the Norman conquest. We talk about that. But borrowings continued. There are two levels of things: direct borrowings and indirect borrowings. Direct borrowings directly taken from the Greek, Latin, Scandinavian, French, Indian, Persian, Russian, or sometimes these words found, Greek words found in French, and via French, English borrowed it. So they don't want English to be a poor language. They have included all types of words. If you look at the development of Oxford Dictionary now, every year you see addition of thousands of words to Oxford Dictionary. Why? whether English language is growing on its own. No, it grows according to the necessity. Language is dynamic. Language is ever changing. Language should not be static, actually. It is dynamic. It should continuously change from time to time. It should cater to the needs of the people. It should cater to the present needs of the people. That's why languages grow. Otherwise, language becomes redundant, language becomes useless, and they go extinct. But English is popular only for this reason. It borrowed heavily and easily. That's why these characteristics made English language very popular. And that's why English will continue to hold this position, as it has assimilated all qualities of growing language. It has a capacity. It is a growing language. Languages should be always in a growing position, not in dying position. Now we are talking about the extinct languages, dying languages. But what kind of languages die? When the population is small, when people don't want to use it, when it is attacked by other major languages. Small languages die, but languages live on the tongues of the people. As long as, whether it is our Kannada or whatever, if we use it continuously, the language will never die. So this is one of the best example how a language can grow. So the characteristics of English language tell us that the development of English language is only possible because of its characteristics, assimilation, various characteristics, heterogeneity, masculine quality, brevity, and vocabulary. So with this, I'm going to close today's discussion on this topic. Thank you very much.